Good evening, friends. This is Jay from Cold Nights, and as a true connoisseur of horror, today we're going to go over 5 hidden horror gems that you can enjoy this Halloween season. Let's get into it. Dreadout 2 was released in February of 2020. It was developed by Digital Happiness. The game is a follow-up and direct sequel to Dreadout, which had gained a cult following years earlier. The atmosphere, visuals, and monster design are all top-notch. The game also takes a deep dive into Indonesian supernatural lore and legends, which adds to the authenticity and mystique. The varied gameplay loop, involving some monsters or spirits that can only be damaged with the camera phone, while others can be damaged physically, is unique. The boss design, highlighted by the first encounter with a crazed, possessed high school girl going on a live-streamed axe-murdering rampage, is extremely well done. This game is a must-play for anyone interested in Southeast Asian horror. Crimson Snow released in early access on Steam in December of 2022, just in time for the Christmas season. The story follows a man and his girlfriend trying to celebrate a nice Christmas together when their evening plans are interrupted by his insane, murderous ex who may or may not have supernatural demonic powers. The tension in the constant chase throughout the game is just incredible. The imagery depicted as the wicked young lady pursues you, such as her terrifying crab walk and terrific sounds, is incredible. The game has no combat, it's all about avoidance and hiding. The game has multiple endings, and your choices can decide whether both you and your girlfriend survive the night. When I originally saw this release, I was sure it was just shovelware. After watching a playthrough and then purchasing the game for myself, I was pleasantly surprised. Don't sleep on this horrific holiday hit. The Coma Recut, a remaster of the original game, Coma Cut in Class, was released on all systems in 2017. We follow a Korean student who wakes up after falling asleep in class to find himself trapped in a nightmare version of his school. Another game with no combat, it ratchets up the intensity and anxiety with fever-pitched chase scenes of the twisted, horrific version of one of your teachers relentlessly pursuing you. As with the prior game I covered, Crimson Snow, the developers do an incredible job of perverting and twisting the female form into something horrifying. There are numerous, shocking scenes of wanton destruction and death. Fair warning, there are a lot of mental health triggers, and the game has an overarching narrative about the pressure on Korean students. The atmosphere, sound, and imagery make this a can't-miss horror title. Siren Blood Curse is the third installment in the series of dark, stealth-based survival horror games. It is a reimagining of the first game in the series. The story centers on a small village with a history of bizarre paranormal incidents and its own strange religion. You play as a varied cast of characters, who each get their own chapters and their paths cross and intermingle during the story. The depiction of the undead Shibito is executed perfectly and can be very disturbing. The sight-jacking feature returns from previous entries, allowing you to see through the eyes of nearby Shibito and discover new items, secrets, and assist with stealth. The ambient sound, music, and atmosphere are some of the best I've ever encountered in a survival horror game. Though the game can be exceedingly difficult at times, I cannot recommend this experience enough. The final game on today's list is none other than Obscure. It's a unique survival horror title with a cast of high schoolers you can switch between, each with unique abilities and actions. Imagine Maniac Mansion mixed with Silent Hill. The story is very similar to that of Resident Evil. A scientist finds a plant on an expedition that has the potential to endlessly reanimate cells. Yet, instead of a biotech company in the Arklay Mountains, he opens a school and proceeds to experiment on students. The game has fun monster designs, decent combat, and the voice acting is both hilariously bad and funny. It has interesting game mechanics, like monsters being harmed by sunlight, allowing you to break windows to let the light in and gain an advantage. The game has become exceedingly rare and fetches obscene prices on the secondary market. However you get your hands on it, this obscure title is sure to give you hours of campy horror enjoyment. And there you have it, folks. 5 hidden horror gems to enjoy this holiday season. I thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, stay creepy.